All right, what up, people? What up, people? So I want to tell you this little story how I almost fucked up getting some ass from this chick, and it was because I was thinking too much about what she was thinking, and I'm gonna explain a lot of what I'm gonna be talking about in detail because I want you to get what I'm saying, and I'm gonna explain further and tell you how this relates to you and your dating game and how when you're dealing with women it's when if you think too much about what she's thinking and basing your actions off of that, it's gonna mess you up. So basically, a couple years ago, I went on a date with this girl. We went to the museum and we were gonna go get something to eat after that. So I met her near the museum, and then the thing was, the museum was actually like 5 blocks from where she lived, right? So we got to the museum, we chilling, we talking. So while we're talking, she told me, she's like, "Oh yeah, I live like right near here," and I'm like, "Okay." So the first thing that popped in my head was, you know, let's let's go back to her place. You understand, and get it popping, right? And but then while we're at the museum, we're talking, and she's talking about, she's like, "Oh, later tonight I got a whole bunch of work I got to do for the next morning, and blah blah blah, right?" So when we were leaving the museum and we were about to go to get something to eat, she was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I have to get something at my house," right? So we go to her house, we walk in the place. So while we in the place, I'm thinking, damn, we should just stay here and order in and then just kick it back here, right? But then I was thinking, nah, she's not gonna want to do that, and she's gonna probably feel funny with with me saying that to her. So then she got her so because she left her cell phone, she got the cell phone or whatever, and then we walked back out and got something to eat, right? So while we're chilling, we eating or whatever, we talking. So we finish eating, and then she's like, "Oh, so what do you want to do now?" This is what she says to me. She says, "What do you want to do now?" In my mind, I was like, "I want to take you back to your house and fuck the shit out of you." You understand? But then I was like, "No, she's not gonna want to do that. She probably just wants to walk and talk." So I was like, "Okay, let's just walk around here because there's a park." So we walked in the park and we kissing and shit. So we kissing, we getting it. All I'm thinking is, damn, I want to just I should just say, "Yo, let's go back to your place," right? But then I was thinking of what she was saying earlier, how she's saying, "Oh, she has a lot of work to do and all this other stuff, so she's gonna probably not gonna want to do that because she has to get home and do her work, right?" So basically, after we left the park, I walked her back home. We standing in front of her building or whatever, and we kissing and shit. And the whole time I'm thinking, "Oh, I just wanna go up there and get this shit popping, right?" But then I'm thinking about all this other shit that she said and that she needs to do and all this other bullshit, right? So I was like, "All right, yo, I'm gonna check you later." Whatever, left at her doorstep, and I said, "I'll call you," right? So while I'm walking away from the fucking from her house and shit, I'm just like, "Damn, yo, like, I should have said some shit." So basically, I get home, right, and I'm sitting there feeling like a fucking idiot, right? I'm like, "Oh shit, I could have had some sex with this girl." So then sitting there, and I just picked up my phone and I texted and I was like, "Yo," I said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And she was texting back. She's like, "Oh, I don't have any plans." And I said, "All right, cool. Listen," I was like, "When you come from work, go home, and I'm gonna meet you at your house. Get in the shower, and then when I get there, make sure you're naked because we need to get down to business." Like I basically said it just like that. This was like, it was just all I was like. This is exactly what I wanted to say. You understand what I'm saying? So then she was like, "Okay, cool." She's like, I get home at 7." You know what I'm saying? So I went there, met her. We did our thing, and then got it popping, right? But the thing was, then this is what I want to tell you guys. The whole time when I was on a date with her, I was thinking about what too much about what she was saying and basing my actions off of what she was saying. So when we were in the house, and the first time when she went to go get her phone, I was thinking, "Hey, let's just stay in and order something and stay in the house." See, I should have said that, but then I was thinking, she might not want to do that. So the thing I want to let you guys know is that whenever you're dealing with women, say what you want to say and let her say no. You understand? Don't think she's going to say no and then base your actions off of what you think she's going to say. You understand? She hasn't said anything yet because you haven't brought anything up. So you always have to bring it up, and it's just your fear of rejection or your fear of looking a certain way to her stops you from saying these things. You understand? And because like when we were leaving dinner, and she was like, "Hey, what do you want to do now?" In my mind, I'm like, "I want to go back to your crib and fuck the shit out of you." You understand? So instead of bringing it to her, saying, "Hey, I want to go back to your crib and have sex and do this other stuff," I'm thinking, oh well, she has work to do when she gets home later, so it's not gonna, I'm thinking of all this other shit. I should have said, "Look, I want to take you back to your crib and do this." You understand? And if she wasn't down for it, then let her say no. You understand what I'm saying? So I should have just been saying and doing exactly what I wanted to do at the moment. You understand what I'm saying? And when I went to her, when I walked her home, she was chilling there. We was kissing or whatever, and she's looking at me like she actually wanted me to come upstairs with her, but then I'm like, oh no, she's, nothing's gonna happen because she has all this work to do. So I'm just constantly thinking of what she's saying and basing my actions off of, you know what I'm saying, what she's saying. And so when I got home that night and I'm sitting and I'm thinking, and it's just like an epiphany came to me, and I said, man, fuck this, man. Like, I want to have sex with this girl. I'm gonna let her know I want to have sex with her. So that's when I text her, and I said, you know what? If she says no, then she says no, but I'm gonna let her say no. I'm not going to stop this interaction because of something I think she might say. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I text her, I'm like texting her, and she's like, okay, she's cool with it. And then we went over and smashed it. And the funny thing is that next day when I went over and had sex with her, she told me, she was like, oh, I expected you to come in my house and do it yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, and this is what I'm trying to let you guys know when it's pertaining to women. Like, let her be the one to say no. Like, you have your agenda. You think, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. You go ahead and you do it, right? And you put that across. You put that on the table. Say, look, I want to do this, I want to do that. You see a girl, you be like, look, I want to go back to your place. And either she's gonna say yes, she's gonna say no. But let her say no. Don't think, oh, I want to go back to this girl's place, but I don't know, but she said this and she's kind of acting like this way. Fuck that shit. You just say what you need to do and say what you want to say and make it happen. And don't be scared about her saying no or her rejecting you or rejecting your offers or whatever. You understand? So that's the thing I want to get across. It's almost like, and you guys go through this in your daily lives. You ever see a chick who you think is hot, and you're looking at her from across the room, and you're like, oh, I want to go talk to her, but then you say to yourself, well, she looks like she might have a boyfriend, or she looks like she might reject me. She looks like she's upset, so I'm not gonna bother because she's gonna do this or she's gonna do that. You're thinking of all the shit that she might be thinking. Fuck that. You go over there and then you talk to her. Let her say no. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you continue to do what you want to do, because a lot of times these girls are gonna say yes. You understand? Because a lot of times these girls are trained to act very like ambivalent, or to kind of like when you're being sexual toward them, or when you're flirting with them, they're trained to kind of step back and play that hard to get role in some cases. You understand? So it's like when I was out on a date with this girl, when I was looking back on it, it seems like she was trying to say all these things, like, because when we went to her house to pick up her cell phone, it was like, it seemed like she was rushing out the house. Like, she was like, okay, like we went in there for no more than 2.5 minutes and walked right back out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she was just like, I gotta get the fuck out of this house before this dude realizes I want to fuck the shit out of him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was like that vibe. So all I'm saying is that when you talking to these chicks, when you're dealing with these chicks, do what you feel, and then let her say no. And when she says no, fuck it, just back off, like, yo, because there's a thin line between, because like, let's say for example, you're chilling with a girl and you put your hand on her leg, and then she moves your hand. That's her saying no. You understand? But before she does that, and if you're sitting there and you're thinking, hey, I want to put my hand on this girl's leg, put your hand on the girl's leg. and then look at her reaction. You understand? See her reaction. If she pushes it away, then fuck it, then I'm done with you. Because see, the thing is that there's a thin line between playing hard to get and rape. So you don't want, you know what I'm saying? So trust me, that's why whenever I don't play those games where chick is like, oh, you should have tried harder, fuck that shit though. So let the chick say no. If they say no, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's different. Like, if you're on the phone with a chick and you're trying to come over to hit it and she's like, no, I don't know, then you could probably try to, like, look, you know, finagle it and talk to her a little more. But if it comes to the physical and you're trying to touch her and she moves your way, then that's when you gotta, it's done. You understand? Because I don't want none of y'all dudes getting locked up for no bullshit. Remember that thin line. But overall, all I'm trying to tell you guys is, whenever you're dealing with a girl, have your agenda first. Think about what you want to do. Really think about that, and then present that, and then give her the opportunity to say no. Do not be in a situation where you're saying, hey, I want to do A, B, and C with this girl. You're thinking that in your head, but then you're thinking, oh, she might not want to do A, B, and C, so I'm not going to even bring it up. You understand? Bring it up and let her say no. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple, because you're going to have much more success. Because I used to do that shit a lot, where I would, you know, do things based off of what I think she might feel or what I think she is thinking, and it's like, you fuck your whole game up like that. You understand? As a man, they expect you to be the one that is decisive and knows what they want, because they want to follow your lead. They want that leadership qualities in the man. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get thrown off. Don't get thrown off, and don't technically be following her lead, because that's kind of like what I was doing in that date. I was kind of following her. You understand? Like, she was like, oh, okay, let's go here, and then let's do this. And then, like, even when to the point where she said, what do you want to do? I started following what I thought she might want to do, and not necessarily what I wanted. She said, what do you want to do? And I'm still doing what I think she wants to do. You understand? It's bullshit. So you have to remember to put what you want to put out there, and then let her say no. Okay? All right, it's your boy, Mr. Locario. Hit me up, MrLocario.com, AlexSexyNaked.com. I'm out. Hit me up with some questions, comments. If you want me to make a video about something, hit me up below. All right, peace.
Master the game by joining dating and life coach Mr. Locario live in New York City on Friday, May 15th at So Techie Spaces for his new seminar, Reclaim the Game. Mr. Locario has some exclusive new realistic approaches to the dating game that will help you be successful with women. Purchase your tickets at MrLocario.com. Space is extremely limited, so pick up your tickets today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.